You know, change is in the air, not least in innovation and engineering, with a new EVP, Leigh-Ann Russell. But what's her background? What's she really like? Well, we've come to Douglas House to find out more. Hi, Leigh-Ann.
Hey James, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for doing this.
Not at all.
Thank you for sparing the time. I get the privilege to spend some time with you before most people, which is great. I've done a little bit of digging around and a bit of background work. So in terms of your career, you started at Schlumberger, 16 years now at BP, fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering, and all the bits in between. Is it possible to kind of pick out a couple of highlights amongst those?
Oh, that is a tricky one. I think it's the places I've been and the people I've met. I never left Scotland when I was growing up, so actually going out and seeing the world, and I think I've been to most of BP's locations globally, which was incredible, and just met so many talented individuals along the way, some who have become lifelong friends.
Okay, so background-wise, you mentioned Scotland. You grew up on an Aberdeen Council estate. You were one of the first of your family to go to university and studied engineering, which I think was considered unconventional. What were your sources of inspiration?
Oh, my dad's been my hero my whole life. He had 2 jobs when we were growing up, and he was all about work. He loved work. He didn't have a great fancy job. He just really loved working, and he really loved his family. And that has continued to me. I mean, my life is all about my work and all about my family, and just investing in both of those areas makes me really happy.
Strong work ethic carried forward then, I see.
He's a great role model.
We'll come on to family in just a second, but in terms of your reputation, perhaps, I've seen you described as having a holistic, open-minded, but yet pragmatic approach to business, which sounds pretty impressive. So is that something that resonates with you?
A little maybe insight into me. I was asked to do a mission statement at the back end of last year, and I came up with this mission statement, which was to provide an extraordinary life for my family, to enable extraordinary careers for my team, and to deliver extraordinary results for my company. And I actually really feel that. And I tested it with a few people who know me well, and they were all very clear. Yep, that definitely describes a mission statement that you would have. And actually, particularly in that order: family, team, company. I would say that would be how I would describe my mission and my leadership.
So outside of work, you are a fully trained yoga teacher. How do you balance the demands of work outside of work?
I don't use the word balance because I don't always get the balance right. I use the word harmony because I try to keep everyone in harmony. I mean, most of my life I've been a single mom, so my daughter has been the biggest part of my life outside work, and continues to be so. But I also think it's important to have real outside interest, because that's what gives us our resilience and our mental break from work and family life. So I love yoga. I became a yoga teacher, not to professionally teach, but to teach in my community, to give back to folks who can't necessarily access classes because of the cost of them in the neighbourhood. So that is my way of giving back. I love running. That's my mental space. I try to run half marathon every other year, and I read a lot. So if you have book recommendations, I am definitely your girl.
Another thing I heard, last year you challenged yourself to read 52 books in a year, and you did. That's right, is it?
I did in 2020. I set myself that goal, 52 books in a year. It was a really great learning experience, not just from the books that I read, but actually the importance of setting yourself sensible goals, because what I learned about myself in that process was sometimes read books that I didn't actually want to finish, and that wasn't good use of my time. And I also found myself towards the back end of the year to meet my goal reading when I actually would have rather have gone for a run or hung out with my daughter. So the most important learning of that challenge was to be flexible in the goals that you set, and work them. And I think that's a great piece of advice for both work and personal life.
It's been lovely to speak with you. You're off on your travels soon, I think
Fingers
Germany
crossed.
and the States as well, and other places, I'm sure. And equally, a lot of other people enjoy meeting you, I'm sure. But for now, thanks very much, Leigh-Ann.
Thanks a lot, James.